Well, hello, welcome again to our reading of Acts. It'll be a fairly short video just to finish off chapter 2. Possibly I did the end of the previous chapter a little bit more quickly than I ought, so I might just very quickly start back up here at say 41. Hoi men, and we get a debt down here balancing it. So they therefore, having received his word, so having accepted perhaps his account, they were baptized. And pros etethesan, this is the aorist passive from the verb pros tithemi, which means to add. So there were added in that day souls. Hose for hose. Hose with a number is used for approximately. Luke likes this hose as if. So approximately tris kilii, that's 3,000. Erzonde, and they were proskarteruntes, from proskartereo. It's another one of Luke's favourite words. It means to devote oneself. So they were devoting themselves to the teaching of the apostles and to fellowship, koinonia, to the breaking of the bread and to the prayers. Now the next section, which is where we got up to, is starting at verse 43. And fear, egineto, came upon literally every soul. So fear came upon every person. This is a Hebraic expression really for everyone. Polite, we get our nice te and kai again. Polite terata kai semea diaton apostolo egineto. And many wonders or portents and signs, egineto, neuter plural singular verb, this is just from imperfect from ginomai, were taking place through the apostles. So in New Testament Greek, the old rule of neuter plural with singular verb isn't always followed, but it is more generally in Luke, and it certainly is here. And all those were believing. We get a periphrastic expression here. So all those who had believed, taking the past tense of the verb to be with the participle as a periphrastic construction, which is not good classical Greek, but is more common in biblical Greek. And we get this phrase, which again one of Luke's favourite phrases, epito auto, all together. So all those who had believed or who were believing were together, and they held akon hapanta koina, all things in common. And we get a kai and a kai, and our main verb here is epipraskon. Now this is an augment followed by, this is the verb piprasko, and it's one of these instances, examples of a reduplicated present. The root is pra, and in the present you get a kind of reduplication, but with an iota, not an epsilon. And there's quite a number of verbs that do this. It's an old Indo-European structure where you have a reduplicated present, and the stem is this bit here, and the skut is iterative. So they were, and it's imperfect, so they were continually selling taktemata, their possessions, kaitas huparkes. Now huparkes is probably their property. So they were selling both their possessions and their property, that is their land and property. Now it's not quite clear exactly what's happening here. You have to remember also that the early Christians believed the end of the world was going to come very soon, and so therefore things like possessions and houses and property were not regarded by them at that time as so important, and they're selling them all. And Dia Meresdon, and they were distributing, this is that meros part word again, and then dia, and they were distributing them among all. Kathoti, as anyone might have need. So they were distributing them to assist those who were in need. Kathemeron is an idiom, standard idiom in Greek, daily. And daily, proskateruntes, that's that participle, that common verb in Luke, in Acts, devoting themselves. Homothumadon, that is an adverb. It's got that homo root and thume. This is again a very common adverb in Acts. Luke likes to at least give the impression that they were all of one mind, which is what this means. So they were devoting themselves daily, being of one mind, or in the temple, being united in the temple. Klontes, this is from klao, and you're getting a contraction from a and the o becoming o. Breaking in their house bread, so breaking bread in their house. So clearly not all of them sold their properties, because some of them have got houses to break the bread in. Metalambonin, and they were taking, and it's a partitive genitive, taking their food. Genitive after this meta, so you taking their nourishment, taking their food. In agaliase, this is from agaliasis, it's a third declension feminine noun, one of those ones ending in is. This is the dative singular here. We've had the verb agaliao earlier, of rejoicing, in that quote from the Psalms. This now is the abstract noun from that. Abstract nouns, by the way, in Greek generally are feminine in the abstract nouns, and so we get a feminine noun ending in is here. So they're taking their food with probably that use of in, sort of in gladness, or probably with. It's that that Semitism based on the Hebrew b, meaning with, and it's always translated by in the Septuagint, and becomes has that meaning of with in New Testament Greek. So with gladness, with happiness, and with this is aphelotes. It's another third declension noun, aphelotes, aphelotetos. So with simplicity or humility of heart, that's a genitive there. Praising God and having favour in regard to the whole people. And the Lord prosetithe, this is again from prostithemi, to add, so added to those being saved daily, and then slightly odd here, epito auton, altogether. So the Lord was adding together those being saved daily. And that's the end of chapter 2.